Hello and welcome. It's every home buyer's worst nightmare come true. Thousands of rupees in EMI going from their salaries every single month with absolutely no idea about when they will get to move into their dream homes. We're here at Ground Zero at Noida Extension, where a huge unprecedented face-off is being witnessed between builders, buyers and farmers. I'd like to introduce all our guests for this special show, The Realty Nightmare. Beginning from the left corner, Anil Sharma, Chairman and Managing Director of Amrapali Group. They've got huge projects in this area. With us also is Pankaj Bajaj. He's the President of the Builders Association, Credai. One of India's best known image consultants, Dilip Cherian, give us some perspective on what the possible solutions really are. R.P. Tyagi is the President of the Noida Extension Flat Buyers Association. Moving on to the right now, we've got V.P. Chaudhary. He's a lawyer for the farmers. He in fact is the litigant who's gone to the courts, and because of him, now we're witnessing this face-off. Also with us is Gopal Jain. What are the judges thinking? What is the judiciary thinking? What are the solutions? He's a very well-known Supreme Court lawyer. With us also is Akash Jindal, who's tracking this area very closely. Is a well-known real estate expert. He's the managing director of a firm called Pure Growth. Also with us is Sanjay Kaul. He's a well-known citizens activist. Some solutions later. I'm first trying to find out, and I want to go to Sanjay Kaul now. Who's to blame? You know, the builders are making it seem as if they didn't know. Are they really lost in the woods as they make it seem, or is this a case of just simple greed?
No, I think it'll be very unfair to start taking sides immediately, because if we are all here together, and I think everybody agrees and we understand the mood, the idea is that everybody wants a solution. And one of the best ways to not have a solution is start pointing fingers and create politics out of this. I don't think any of those positions that have been stated so far are actually fair or accurate. All the stakeholders involved have something to lose. That includes the Noida Authority. So I think the problem is deeper than that. It's a problem of diligence, it's a problem of processes, it's a problem, if I may say, of just two fundamental issues. One, that there has never been proper regulation in the sector. That regulator in the real estate business has always been absent for a long time. It's been delayed forever. That is, for something that has so many thousands of crores built into it, that's a necessity. And the other is a lack of public consultation on all of these projects and products. So what you really have is an area of darkness. Nobody knows what's going on. People basically meet in small dingy rooms. Deals are struck. The politicians are involved. The bureaucrats may be involved. The builders are involved. And to that extent, when you buy their products, even the consumers are involved. Now to suddenly wake up and say, okay, we want to correct a 10-year-old problem or 10-year-old wrong is actually going to be wrong to all parties concerned. So if anybody really wants to find a solution, or if there's a way ahead, to sit down here and say, okay, no, you were at fault or you were at fault is the wrong way to begin.
January ko jail gaye
Okay. Sanjay Kaul, the buyers feel that the farmers are getting guilty. The farmers are saying they've been conned. The land was taken for industry, which they thought would help them get employment. Now somebody else is coming here and setting up house. Yes, Mr. Kaul.
Yeah, look, my point has been, ever since I started, that, I mean, if we get into that little zone, then I don't think we are even anywhere near having any solution at all. And I'd urge everybody out here to not start enjoying, venting anger right now, because you don't want to show how angry you are. You want to basically fix your problem. And the way to do that is to work with the people who are also partners in the process. Chaudhary Saab said just now that he would depend on the court for a solution. I'd say even before we make that requirement, you're also underestimating the power of people to come together and work together. So don't underestimate that. But what that requires is that people confederate. The biggest mistake you can make right now is that there'll be so much chaos. None of these ideas will ever work. He has a solution, he's offering one, the court has one, and the government will have one. But none of them will finally hit pay dirt, for the simple reason that there'll be so much chaos, there'll be groups, and there'll be political angles to everything. We just heard the young man, he gave a small speech, and we just figure out what's going to happen now next. So my suggestion is, all of you out here, the first thing you have to do is to form and forge a large federation. Don't take the builders to be your enemies, involve them in the federation. Take the farmers also as part of that federation. Let us then ask them to first try and resolve what is possible. It is, this habit that we are all little children who have to be minded by this little boss who's either the state government or the courts. We must try out the ability of people to actually resolve things on their own.
Don't be angry. Yes, Mr. Kaul.
His intentions are good. but it doesn't work out like like that, because the banks are within their rights to continue actually. So that's why I said, and I think I would underline what the gentleman just said, the only way to do this and to ensure that you get a good deal is to forge yourself through a large association, which indicates to everybody involved that you are a very large group which is affected by this, and then whether you implead or whether you argue for this, you will have a better hearing.
But we hope that from the Greater Noida Authority, the UP government, the banks, they're all listening, they're sympathetic and humane, so these people can end this realty nightmare. To all my guests for joining me for this special show, thank you very much. Thanks also to our audience for joining us, and we hope as much as anybody else watching this broadcast that some solutions are found, and they are found soon, and you don't need to wait for years for that to come about. Thanks for tuning in. News continues when we return on the other side of a short break.
Center Stage, brought to you by